Hi, Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. Consistent versus persistent. They're interchangeable, right? Actually, no. The definitions are a little bit different. The definition of consistent is being regular and unchanging in one's performance. The definition of persistent is the ability to function in spite of difficult circumstances. Not only are the definitions of these two words slightly different, but also the qualities and behaviors that people who demonstrate consistency versus persistency differ. Someone who is described as consistent is often one who demonstrates evenness and steadiness. They're described as being steady, reliable, stable. Someone who is described as being persistent is often one who demonstrates willingness and preparedness to face challenges, opposition, and difficulties. They're often described as being unrelenting, determined, and resolute. I work with many clients who want to achieve a goal, and they've tried to achieve that goal on their own in the past, but for whatever reason, they weren't able to do it. They knew what they needed to do, but unfortunately, knowing the actions that you need to take is not enough. One of the key things I help my clients with is developing a plan. When you work from a plan, it has 3 distinct benefits. Number 1, it reduces mistakes. Number 2, it saves time. And number 3, it provides focus. This is where consistency comes into play. People who write out their plan have a much higher success rate than those who don't put a plan in writing. But just like having the knowledge is not necessarily what's going to help you in achieving your goal, having a written plan also only works if you take the action. People in general fall into 3 distinct groups. The bottom third of the people are the ones that suck the life out of the room. Nothing's ever good for them. They find fault in everything. They see the lack in whatever situation they're in. They're the ones that suck the motivation and the energy out of a room. They are consistent, but they are consistently negative. Then there's the middle third of people who are, in general, positive and productive when things are good. Circumstances dictate their attitude. And then there's the top third. The top third of people who maintain a positive attitude in spite of the circumstances. They are not only consistent, but they're persistent. They are the leaders, the game changers, the ones who make things happen. The majority of people need some sort of help in not only being consistent, but also being persistent. And that help is readily available in the form of a coach. I work with people every day, helping them identify their plan, writing it out, identifying the action steps they need to take, and most importantly, help them hold themselves accountable to actually taking the action and doing the work. One thing I often hear people say is, "But you don't understand my situation. It's complicated." Well, don't confuse the complex with the difficult. Most situations are pretty simple. Not to say that they're easy to fix or to get around, but usually the challenge is emotional. It's emotionally difficult to take action on them. So if you want to learn the skills to become the person who is both consistent and persistent, visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and sign up for your initial complimentary consultation. At the very least, you'll come away with more clarity than you had prior to the call. And you'll also probably come away with some tips and action steps that you can start using right away. And while you're on our website, be sure to sign up for our email newsletters. We send Monday Motivation and Top Tip Tuesday because we all can use some extra motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.